lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening from just outside the land of Hollywood stars and those dive bars. Fontana, California is home of Auto Club Speedway, where the Racers Elite Truck Series will be visiting tonight for Chase Race number 2. Blair Holloman last week punched his ticket with a dominating performance at IRP, leading 124 out of 140 laps. We have 7 drivers within 7 points of the championship hunt and 2 more drivers looking like they need to go win and in. This track will give you 5-wide excitement at 185 miles an hour, from the green flag to the checkered flag and every lap in between. Sim Racing Media will bring you all the coverage here live tonight. From up high in the Tony Trapazzo Memorial Broadcast booth, I am that man, that myth, that legend, the big dog, Shane Lake, from just outside of downtown Waterville, Maine, and joining me from just outside of the home of the Gateway Dirt Nationals and that 14-time WWE champion Randy Orton. Ladies and gentlemen, pushing the 1s and 2s and giving you all the great camera views, it's my buddy Alan Bergen. And Alan, we are in for an all-timer tonight.
Yes, we are, but you forgot about one thing. What about my 11-time St. Louis World Champion St. Louis Cardinals?
We don't talk about baseball season right now. Especially with what Rob Manfred wants to do. I discussed that on the morning show earlier. I don't feel like doing it again already. Come on, we're only 3 minutes in.
Here we are, Shane. What a great way to start off a week here at Racers Elite here on a Tuesday night. And I tell you what, 20 cars strong, 20 trucks strong here tonight. And right now, Philip Archambault just put it on the provisional poll. As we are going to, hold on one second, let me do this.
As Alan's figuring out where we're going with the camera here.
Well,
I think we got it. I was going to say...
There we go.
Hey, there it is. I was going to say we got like 7 guys currently separated by 7 points going into this round of competition tonight. That is insane for a playoff picture right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now we're watching Justin Branham do his qualifying lap. Truth Hook goes even faster. Driver out of Hickory, North Carolina with a 40 flat.
40 flat and a truck around here is hauling.
I mean, he's definitely hauling the mail.
Yeah, better haul mail than haul lumber.
As Rob Yost Jr. going to call it done on his qualifying lap there. Trevor Woodward.
I was about to say, it's kind of funny we're focusing in on these guys because these are some of the guys that are currently in that 7-point playoff window. Alex Steff, Justin Branham, Philip Archibald, Kyle Hess, Kirby Wayne Scott, Dennis, and Rob Yost Jr. are all separated by 7 points going into tonight.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's just kind of cool. Trevor Woodward, one of our neighbors from the north, working on his first lap here. And so far, he's got a good line. But, you know, Shane, as we're going to allude to earlier in the broadcast, or later on in the broadcast, and as you alluded to earlier, there's 5 lanes. There's 5 racing lanes.
Yeah, normally for tracks, you'll talk about the low, middle, and high groove. Well, there's 2 more grooves here tonight. The higher groove, and then there's the Snoop Dogg groove. Question is, how many people are going to be banging down the wall before this race is over?
I call it knocking the deck lid out of it, but...
that knocking the deck lid out of it's for the short tracks on the dirt, man. Come on now.
You're not wrong there.
Man, it's all fiberglass back there. They don't care.
Trevor Woodward going to go 10th quickest.
Now,
sorry.
I was going to say, you know, looking through some of the notes here for tonight, Blair Holloman right now has got to be feeling more than comfortable knowing that he's got this bad boy locked in a few weeks. As Trevor here looks like he's getting ready to finish up his run.
Yeah, we're going to see if he can do just a little bit better. And just as they say that, Lee Campbell in his first lap goes to 40.12. Coming across the line, survey says Trevor Woodward going to improve to 10th with a 40.26. Sean Dunaway, he's going to improve on his first lap with a 40.12. That's going to give him 4th quickest.
He is trying to prove that nobody can truly out Pizza the Hut.
I just had Jack in the Box for dinner.
Hey, there you go.
But you're right. No one can out Pizza the Hut. And Sean Dunaway coming off of turn number 4 for his qualifying lap. His first lap was a 40.17. And survey says he's going to stand on that.
Yeah, and Dunaway along with Rowan Lloyd are the 2 guys I alluded to earlier that need to win either tonight or next week to make it into the playoffs, into the chase race in 3 weeks. So Sean's going to have to drive it clean out the front windshield tonight to end up having remote chances of going any further.
Right now, Brandon Honeycutt's first lap is a 40.36. And he's going to come off turn number 4. And Shane, we're noticing that drivers are driving down the hill and onto the apron.
Yeah, they're just trying to straighten out that dog leg because you can actually get a lot of momentum going from the top of the exit of 4 all the way down to the bottom of the track. So what they're doing is they're picking up a whole lot of speed and they're trying to straighten everything out to have the quickest time. And it's not that uncommon, but unfortunately, it also upsets the truck. So you got to be careful with how you do it. As we're on board here with, okay, first time I've seen this Pennzoil paint job. I don't even know what it is. Hey, Blair Holloman. Throwing it back to Steve Park. I got where he's coming from with this one.
So we're going to go on board with Blair Holloman on his first lap.
He's treating it like a super speedway. He's running up on the top line to begin with, and then he's going to drive it straight to the bottom. And that's something you have to do with the trucks here because you're going to see him tap out here at about 186 going into the corner. And then he's just going to ride it right there above that second seam. And then he's just going to let this truck come into the line.
He's taking a little bit different line. He's staying high.
Yeah, he's winding the motor up because he's going to drop this thing deep into turn 1. I mean, right there, he changes 40 feet, dude, from top to bottom. Apexes it, and then I think he got it a little too early because it looked like it tightened up a little bit on exit there.
And I'm not okay.
Sure if that's what I'm not sure if that's what he's wanted though, because that thing tightened up hard. But now he's going to end up taking it right down to the white line, and some guys will even see down on the apron before this race is over. And he doesn't take it all the way out to the wall. He cuts it tight to take it right down to the apron here. Survey says for the lap.
Third.
Hey, not bad.
Just a little bit of an idea of what these drivers are going to be faced with.
Now, my thing is I'm actually a little surprised he didn't let the truck wash out further before trying to drive it straight down. It's like he cut it almost like as tight as an Indy car. Because that's something those guys would do here time and again is just cut it really tight from the middle just to drive to the bottom.
And with about 6 seconds left in qualifying, Shane, it looks like it's going to be an all outsiders front row. Don't want to Steve Harvey the qualifying.
Oh, you don't want to Steve Harvey the qualifying. Oh, my God.
But while these guys are getting gridded up, let's take a look at our race information. We're going to go 80 laps. We're under a 68-degree ambient temperature with 78% relative humidity. 11 mile an hour wind, so that could be like a headwind. And the track temperature is actually mirroring the ambient temperature.
Which means this place is going to have a whole lot of grip in it.
You're absolutely correct as these guys are getting gridded up here. Let's go over that starting lineup here. From Hickory, North Carolina, it's going to be Truth Hoke alongside him. Our broadcast partner here on Wednesday nights with Angel Santiago from Boone, North Carolina. It's going to be Troy Thomas. On the inside of row number 3 from Middletown, PA, it's going to be Blair Holloman. Alongside him will be Lee Campbell. On the inside of row number 5 will be Sean Dunaway. To his outside will be Kirby Wainscott. On the inside of row number 4, our neighbor to the north will be Philip Archibald in that number 99 truck, along with Dennis Kane in that number 4 truck starting 8th. On the inside of row number 5 will be Justin Branham. And to his outside of Chicken Coop Racing and Hope Valley, Rhode Island will be the 98 of Andrew Tuft. On the inside of row number 6 will be Curtis Ecker. To his outside out of Driving Extreme Incorporated will be Brandon Honeycutt. Starting on the inside of row number 7, our other neighbor to the north in the number 6 Budweiser truck will be Trevor Woodward with Rob Yost Jr. flanking him in the 14th starting spot. Riding in the 15th starting spot will be Paul Shaw. And starting 16th out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island, the other half of the Teft brothers will be Alex Teft. Kyle Hess will start on the inside of row number 8. And to his outside out of Driving Extreme will be Kinsley Smith. And riding shotgun on the field will be John Bernaccio. It's Italian. Unlike Fragile.
Oh.
Fragile. Must be Italian. No, I think this says fragile.
Oh, for God's sake, the references are already starting.
Some onboards here tonight will be the Wrangler on board with your pole sitter, Truth Oak. Then we have the Pinslow on board with Blair Hollerman, a little bit deeper in the field. Will be the Road Ranger on board with Andrew Tuft. Alex Tuft bring us the Home Depot on board, and Troy Thomas will bring us the Jim Goodwrench. That's my resident neighbor up above me says, not Italian, it's fragile.
It ain't Italian, it's French, fragile. No, wait, that's your Italian pronunciation of it, but I digress, as it looks like a little bit of a connection issue there with the 60 truck. Meanwhile, back on the farm, Barney's got the green flag up. The pace truck has made the hard left-hand turn. Chase race number 2 from Auto Club Speedway. It will never die in our hearts. Barney's got the flag up and down. We're racing at Auto Club Speedway. Coming to the line, I believe Truth Hope's going to lead lap 1. Yes, sir.
Give lap 1 to Truth Hope and Troy Thomas. Using teamwork, Lee Campbell had an incident down the back straightaway. He's probably going to have his 1 meter backed out for tonight. Let's see what happened to Lee Campbell. And just like that, he left the chat.
Yeah, something might have happened where it was a disconnect. It didn't look like anything really happened. It's just he Houdini'd.
I mean, okay, yeah, I'll take that one. You can see on the scoring tower, the drivers that are in the chase are highlighted in blue tonight.
A little bit easier to track, and like I said, we've got 7 guys within 7 points, so you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on who's ahead of who by the time this race is over, because the point standings are obviously going to be changing much after this race as we're getting ready to head into lap number 4.
Yeah, lap 4 of 80. We got 76 to be ran left. 76 laps left to be ran. Truth Hope going to go fast time with a 40.19. That's why we're on him. A little bit deeper in the field. Here's some action as Kirby Wainscott trying to out Pizza Hut and that number 10 truck. A little Kirby on Pizza Hut action there.
A little KFC Pizza Hut crime.
Well, remember, KFC dropped him, and then I told him he should go sign on with the other chicken company. And then Andrew Tuff said they don't work on Sundays.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We got a hornet's nest here right now.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like a traffic jam on the 405, just in LA.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is get tied up in the 405 or the A1A.
Look, I've never been to LA, but this one interstate I would have to avoid is the 405.
It's bad enough I've been through Boston traffic, dude, on a game day.
Ugh.
I don't want to do LA on a normal day.
LA would probably make Boston look like a playground.
Dude, LA would make Boston look like a church, and I have to go get Father O'Shaughnessy to deal with that.
Here we are, Sean Dunaway leading this pack right now, followed by Justin Brandon, that number in that 58 truck, that Universe truck. Here comes Andrew Tuft. Look at him make it 3 wide, and he's going to the higher line, looking for a higher power, and I don't think he's going to find it there.
No, he ain't going to find the higher power up there because, unfortunately, it all funnels together coming off these corners.
Here comes Dennis Kane. He's going to try to make it 3 wide. Kinsley Smith looking for a 2-for-1 special. They get a little loose.
They can handle being a little bit loose the way these conditions are right now. They're just going to keep getting grip as this race wears on.
Here we are, 3 wide again. Kinsley Smith trying to put himself in the situation. And he's going to try to bring Brandon Honeycutt, driver out of Elizabethton, Tennessee, right along with him. A little bit. I mean, this is probably the best thing going on the racetrack right now. Bruce Hope still leading this thing. We'll check on him in a minute.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like Truth started to check out to about a near 2-second lead. So, I mean, he's in cruise control mode right now. This is the action we've got to deal with. And the one thing people don't realize is how bumpy Auto Club Speedway is, especially down the back straightaway. You are literally banging the frame off the ground down the bumps. I mean, we're right on board here with the chief cook and bottle washer, Andrew Teft, in his number 98 Ford, and just watch the truck bounce.
Yeah, you can see it bouncing on the right side. And when you got your force feedback turned up and cranked up to crazy, it'll wear you out.
Oh, easily. And that you hear they're not even using the brake pedal. They're just letting their truck lift off the throttle a little bit, and as soon as the thing sets, they're back on the gas. And I mean, they're off the throttle for maybe at the most a second and a half, if that. So there's a lot of speed to be had in this track tonight.
So you go a little bit deeper in the field at JBL on board with Robbie O'Sheaner out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You can see he's running just a little bit lower of a line, but you can tell how bumpy that track is and how much travel these guys have got.
Yeah, if these trucks were sitting any lower, you can see sparks coming out from underneath them.
We did see some sparks.
Yeah, we did. These things are bottoming out around here.
So we got 70 laps.
That's the one thing I love about night racing that you don't get to see in the day racing is the body and the chassis banging off the ground, because that's how hard these guys are pushing. You will see sparks tonight.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Shane, you bring up a very good point that I want to point out as we come back out to the wide shot here. There's just something about night racing that just makes these drivers, on 10.
Well, Rusty once said it's something about going under the lights that everyone's brain basically shuts off, but I think it's something about Earnhardt at that point.
79 laps to go here from Auto Club Speedway.
69 laps to go.
69. Man, see, look, my math isn't mathing today.
I know the feeling, trust me.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Truth to Hoke out to a 1.29 second lead. There's the eyeball test, essentially.
Yeah, he's just cruising right now. I mean, he can see the 3 truck in his mirror, but he also knows that truck's not getting any bigger right now. So I think he's just maintaining until the first pit stop, so that way he can figure out, what he needs to do to get this truck better if it needs anything later on.
Right now, this is the most action. Look, there's more action right here in the middle of the field than there is at a Waffle House at 3 a.m.
Are you forgetting who you're talking to? I've seen Waffle Houses at 3 a.m.
How do you take your hash browns at the Waffle House?
Crispy.
There is nothing more confusing than going to a restaurant that serves breakfast. And I tell the people, especially at IHOP. IHOP's my jam right now, right?
Yeah.
I get the hash browns, chopped ham, cheese, and mushrooms.
I like that. Now, for me, if I'm getting anything, give me a stack of pancakes with the maple syrup. Give me 2 sunny side up eggs. And give me both the bacon and the sausage, and I'll be happy.
Here comes Justin Brandon as we are watching him go underneath Kinsley Smith. This is a battle for that 6th position. They are side by side. And the only driver loving these guys being side by side is 1, Brandon Honeycutt, and 2, Andrew Tuff. As it's going to allow A, Brandon Honeycutt to catch up, and B, Andrew Tuff to pull away.
Yeah, well, it seems like Theft isn't exactly pulling away because these guys kept right in pace with them. And they're actually running a groove lower than what Andrew is right now. But the thing is, Andrew's able to keep the RPMs up more. He's able to keep the momentum going, and that's why he's able to stay ahead of everybody. And this is where the track is going to start picking up that upper groove as the preferred line, is now that the tires are starting to wear down a little bit. Everyone else is going to start searching around. And unless your truck is really well handling, you're going to be moving up to that 3rd and 4th groove.
And that's what makes Auto Club so fun to drive, right? Is the surface is at that prime in a racetrack surface where it's just starting to show its age, and you can really slide and move these trucks around and go search for that grip. As we see Andrew Tuft up there in that high line, in the dirt road, we call that running the cushion. I run the high line because 1, it doesn't hurt as bad when you hit the wall.
Whatever you say, Richard Petty.
And 2, I hate catfishing.
What?
I don't like running the bottom.
I'll admit, the only time I'm usually on the bottom of here is when I've got fresh tires, but once they wear out, I'm usually middle or top groove. But I'm also the one that'll run the truck all the way against the grass in 3 and 4, so what does that say?
Oh boy.
Yes, I'm the one that you gotta be like, wait a minute, where did he come from the moment you see me in your mirror? He drove it down where?
Here comes Kirby Wainscott looking to the outside on Justin Brandon. He's going to lose a ton of positions. Just doesn't have quite the truck that he needs to get the Highline sort of working. As Blair Holloman has essentially passed Troy Thomas, he's had enough of this. He says, okay, I'm ready to take the lead. He's found the high line.
Oh, he's found the highest line. That's a Snoop Dogg line right there. That's what he's going to be running. That's what's going to keep the momentum up. I mean, it's a 2-mile track, but running the high line, it's more like a 2.5-mile track, so you could almost treat it like a super speedway and just keep your foot in the entire time. Outside of a small lift, your foot's flat on the floorboard.
Now he's entering about a half lane low.
Yeah, he's just making sure he doesn't end up hitting that kick out that the wall has. Because if you see the entries of these corners where they put the safer barrier, right about there is where the kick out is. So as long as you can avoid hitting that, you can run the top lane all you want.
Well, here's the eyeball test on the back of Truce Hoke's truck out of Hickory, North Carolina.
Yeah, and it looks like Blair's closing in because I'm seeing him about a second back, give or take. And that's all the momentum from running the high lane. I mean, he's barely lifting off the throttle, setting the front end of that truck and hauling off. And the way Truth is driving right now, I mean, it might be comfortable for what his truck is doing, but unfortunately, it's not the fastest way around right now. And Blair Holloman is putting on a clinic on how to get around here on old tires.
I mean, so I would imagine 80 laps is going to be at least, at the minimum, a 2-stop race.
Yeah, I'd say probably. I'm going to give it maybe lap 30 on the edge. And then it should cycle to probably 55 to 60 and then go the distance.
And it looks like Robbie Jr. is going to be the first one to come down pit road. Looks like he's had enough of old tires. He wants some fresh Goodyears. And there's
this, I was going to say, this could be the start of the domino. I mean, Other people might end up coming in early because you're going to drop 2 seconds on a tire run here.
Well, speaking of dropping 2 seconds, here's the battle for the lead as Blair Holloman has effectively caught Truth Hoke and ran him down. Now, Truth Hoke may be backing his corners up to try to save those tires, which will allow Blair Holloman to catch up to him. And he's going to try to bring Troy Thomas with him.
And the thing I'm noticing right now is for the last couple of shots, this field has not fully separated. I mean, you got this pack of 4 here, but then you've got everybody else behind them. This is almost like watching an IROC race.
Now, Paul Shaw, he's going to go ahead and come down pit road also, get his services. We're going to keep an eye on that. But as you alluded to earlier, Blair Holloman has that inside line figured out. And there's the pass for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. And the tri-oval. Give the lead to Blair Holloman. Good night. See you later.
New leader, 32 truck. We've said that a handful of times this year.
What is it? I feel like, Blair Holloman, everybody thinks that he's like this unbeatable guy. He's very beatable.
Yeah, but it takes a lot to beat this guy. I mean, 6 wins this season, counting last week at IRP. It's only him and one other person. It was the lead, Andrew Teff, are the only 2 that have won races here.
Truth Hoke going to slide up in front of him, chop the nose just a little bit. And we got a drag race to the line this time by.
Yeah, as we got some more guys coming in down pit road, I think we're starting to see the tire strategy play out a little bit.
Troy Thomas, Dennis Kane coming down pit road.
Yeah, I think it was Troy that I noticed duck out from this fight real fast. So, the dominoes are going to start coming, and with Truth still running the inside, he may end up coming down pit road here in the next couple of laps. Blair Holloman looks like he's getting ready to come down because he just hung it dead left. And I think Truth's getting ready to come down too. All that backfire coming out the back of that truck. Yeah,
here they
him
come.
And Blair coming in.
Blair Holloman's going to lose it.
Oh, he's lowered into the inside wall.
That's going to be an unsafe pit entry.
Not just that, but that's also going to rip the front end off of that truck.
He didn't hit nothing. He still has it.
Yeah, but the way he ricocheted out, I think he caught I think he did catch the fence.
Oh, man.
If he didn't catch the fence, that is the damnedest job of driving away from it I've ever seen. And that includes what Sheldon Creed did here a couple of years ago.
That's an unfortunate break for Blair Holloman. He's really have to drive the wheels off that thing to get back on the lead lap. He's going to have to do this the hard way. Kinsley Smith's going to come down. Brandon Honeycutt, Alex Tuft. Then you're going to have Kyle Huss. He's going to come down also. And
I mean, the one thing that Blair can take solace in, he's already locked into the finale. So he can just, he can chalk this up to having fun here tonight and also next week. So there's not that much stress on him as, say, the other, 9 or 10 guys that are trying to fight for a playoff spot.
Well, I tell you what, Shane, we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead, step aside, take our first commercial break of the night. You won't miss a thing as we're going to go side by side here on Sim Racing Media. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fontana, California, where you're watching the Racers Elite Truck Series Chase round number 2. And right now, it's all Truth Hook once again back up in the front of this field, but this time he's trying to outpace the hunt with Sean Dunaway and Troy Thomas in tow. But we're going to come back here just a little bit further where we're going to see Andrew Tuft and Blair Holloman. These two guys are no stranger to racing around each other.
No, definitely not. And apparently, Blair didn't damage that truck near as bad as we thought, because he doesn't look like he's lost an ounce of speed in that hot rod. He just lost a lot of track position, and it's going to take a while to make that up.
Right now, he's mired back there in the 7th position, just behind Andrew Tuft. He's currently running 6th. He might have gotten that penalty cleared. He might have been able to argue that unsafe pit road entry where it was just an uncostly error and not so much where he went sliding through the commitment cone.
Yeah, because he was literally like 45 degrees sideways to the camera. Like, up here in the booth, I could see his eyes in the windshield. So, yeah, he probably got a little bit of a favor helped out from the truck. So I think he'll be all right. It's just now a matter of making up that lost track position.
Well, right now, he, like I said, he continues to run in that 6th position. He's in great company. So now he's up to 6th. Andrew's up to 5th. Kirby Wainscott is up to 4th. He's up 2 spots from where he started, running out there all alone. Now if the top 4 can make and get together, they can get a breakaway going.
They could, but also the only problem with that is, you got 5 different grooves that these guys utilize. And right now, Kirby's truck's not happy on the bottom, which is why you see him running that second groove. Everyone else's truck is able to either hang the bottom or hang the top. So, he's going to end up losing a little bit of time through the corners, and he has to make all of that back up on the straightaway.
Well, here we are. We got some action back here with around this Rob Yost, Justin Branham, and Dennis Kane area. And these guys are on the north side of Crazy. Lee Campbell also in the mix there. This is all a battle for that, the top 10 position. So we're 33 laps in. Now I do want to bring up something real quick. If you have the gift of gab or any producing work, reach out. We are definitely looking for both. And unless you want to enter in an official race with me and get taken out, and then get offered a job.
You stole my line, you son of a... I was going to say, if you don't have the gift of gab or don't know how to produce, just wait for Alan to wreck you in a truck race at Talladega, then you'll talk. But no, reach out to all of us here at SRM, whether you find us on Facebook or, leave a comment in the YouTube videos, whatever. Get in touch. We'll get back with you. And who knows? You might end up working with me one of these nights.
Or I might end up wrecking you, and then you might end up working with Shane.
Shut up!
No, in all seriousness, though, reach out. We're always looking for people. We broadcast 6 nights a week. Also, if you're a league owner, you're watching this for the first time, reach out. We love to broadcast your league. We just signed on Icon for their holiday mixer.
I saw that, and I'm like, wait a minute. I've already been a part of this group in the Icon for a while now. Now we got this going on? Perfect fit.
And
now here's my question. You brought up their holiday mixer. Did you spike the punch?
I did not. Look, I mean, I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid.
Next thing you know, it turns into a diehard issue.
So Troy Thomas and I went back and forth, and YouTube.com live chat, chime in. Bruce Willis also said that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
I don't give a flying rat's rear end.
It's a Christmas movie.
It's a dog. If it takes place around Christmas time, it's a Christmas movie. It doesn't matter when it's released. If it takes place around Christmas time, it's a Christmas movie. Look at the original Batman.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
takes place around Christmas. Ergo, it's a Christmas movie.
Exactly. Look, Die Hard is like Home Alone, except it's Die Hard's a man's Home Alone, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you got Kevin McAllister holding down the fort. You got Bruce Willis
Holding down the fort.
holding down the fort.
Only
both
difference is the only difference is he's using M15s to do it.
And not BB guns and Matchbox cars.
Exactly. Which reminds me, I need to redo my NASCAR collection at some point towards the end of the year here.
Right now, while Shane Lake redoes his NASCAR collection, Andrew Tuff is currently running 6th, just ahead of Kinsley Smith.
You had no idea where to go with that, did you?
I knew how to start it. Like most things in life, I just didn't know how to end it.
Control Alt Delete. That's how you end it. Or you could always just go Alt F4.
No, I don't need to do a massive restart on my computer. Because well, what happened on this one? Well, I had an ID10T error.
Did you get bitten by the Alt F4 gag again? Yes.
No. But I do have a funny story for that.
Oh,
So-
dear God.
If you've driven a propane forklift, you may or may not know this little gag.
A
But you
propane forklift?
Oh yeah, propane forklift.
Where are you going with this, Hank Hill?
So, well, I sell propane and propane accessories.
And speaking of that, the popsicle sticks have been crossed. We have hit halfway.
40 to go from this one. And so here's where I'm going with it, right?
Okay.
So here's the gag. So I've done this many times. I'm not breaking any OSHA laws.
Okay.
So what you do is you turn the gas off. Now this is the same propane tank as you would buy from your local convenience store, but just a little bit bigger. And they get halfway down the aisle, and the gas runs out. Well,
Oh.
they think they run out of gas until they look at the forklift.
And they realize the gas has been turned off.
Yep.
Oh, for God's sake.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. It's not like I'm driving by the golf course and laying on the horn.
Just as long as you replace your divot, I don't think they give a doggone what you do on the golf course.
You know how many times I've been flipped the bird by doing that?
I lost track, so I don't know.
I don't have enough hands. But right now, as we are starting pit stops number 2, Blair Holloman having a better time coming down pit road. This time by here on lap 42. Sean Dunaway, he's going to make his way down pit road. And Shane, I would imagine these guys are actually going to short pit now and try to get themselves in position to get to the end.
Which means more than likely we'll see another pit stop with about 15 to go, give or take.
So now, if you're a Truce Hoke, Brendan Honeycutt, maybe even Kinsley Smith, do you stay out as long as you possibly can?
You can, and just try to utilize where you're at on track, and maybe try to extend this long enough to where either you can come in under a late yellow or you can finish the race from where you stop at. But at the same token, you have to keep in the back of your mind you're giving up 2 seconds a lap to the fresh tires, because Truth is going to end up running, I think, probably about a mid to high 41 this time by, while everyone else that just came in and got tires is going to be running a low 40. So
Right.
He's going to be giving up enough time to where he's not going to want to stay out too long unless he has that feeling that he's going to be able to do something. In case in point,
Truce Hoke is going to give up almost a 4-second lead to come down pit road.
This boy must have me in his ear calling his race.
I mean, I would imagine the closer you are to lap 50, the better off you're going to be. Now,
Yeah, but at the same token, the way these pit stops are going, you're going to end up, if you try to make it to lap 50, you're going to end up having a pit stop with probably under 10 to go. So you're going to end up wanting to either stretch it to the end or hope for a caution in that 10 to go window.
right now, Sean Dunaway is currently 1 lap down. I'm sorry, he's 8th right now. Kirby Wainscott 1 lap down just went purple with a 40.18 on new tires.
Yeah, that's what the new tires will get you, while everyone else around you that is on the older tires are running, like I said, mid to high 41s.
Case in point, Brandon Honeycutt, 41.93.
Yep, that's the difference for you.
And he's looking right now to put Troy Thomas another lap down. Or a lap down.
Yeah, he's just trying to put enough of a gap between himself and people to where he will be comfortable to make a pit stop and be able to come out in a better position on track. But I don't see this working out in his favor anytime soon. He's giving up way too much time right now.
Alex Tuff can slide up in front of Brandon Honeycutt momentarily. Philip Archibald on pit road right now. Andrew Tuff running in that 3rd position. Justin Brandon is going to come down pit road. Once again, getting themselves as close to lap 50 as they possibly can. Maybe even try to stretch it a little bit beyond that. I think Andrew Tuff has the ability to do that. So does Brandon Honeycutt, Kinsley Smith, Kyle Hess.
Yeah, the guys who know how to save fuel and tires better than anybody, are those guys. Kinsley, Andrew, guys like that will be able to try to close it up. But with as much backfire as I just saw out of that 98 truck, I don't think he's staying out.
Lap 47, Andrew Tuft is going to come on down pit road, get his last stop, or second stop. So is Brandon Honeycutt, along with Kinsley Smith, is going to take over the race lead.
Yeah, and
lap 48.
I don't think Kinsley's going to end up staying out long either, because he's going to be giving up even more.
You're not wrong. So once these guys come on down pit road, that'll cycle Truth back to the lead. Right now, it currently runs 5th. And what about, I just want to talk about Truth just for a minute. What race he's been running here? I mean, he's essentially put a pretty good night together.
I mean, it's needed. This is going to be the race that will punch his ticket to Phoenix in a couple of weeks. And this is his way of putting a stamp on the championship. Like, yeah, I was able to point my way in, but I can also win races, and here's how I'm doing it. Full-blown strategy style, because Auto Club is a strategy track. A lot like Michigan, a lot like Pocono, a lot like Indianapolis. This track requires strategy. And Truth Hoke has put it together from start to finish so far, starting on pole, and he's been able to keep that truck out front more than anybody.
And here's the thing about Truth is he's been close so many times. And he's had that bad luck just bite him right in the proverbial rear end.
Yeah, and I mean, if I was Truth right now with 30 to go, getting close to it here, I'd feel like Earnhardt in the last few laps of the 500, just waiting to hear something go wrong in this truck. Like, is something else going to happen?
Right now, Truth Hoke is going to take over the race lead here in about 9. There we go. Sean Dunaway right behind him as we have 31 laps to go here from Auto Club Speedway. And meanwhile, while these guys finish up their pit stops, we're going to go ahead and step aside and take our second pit stop We'll be right back on Sim Racing Media. We're going to go side by side. Do not miss a thing. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fontana, California, where Truth Hook currently runs at a 2-second lead over Sean Dunaway. He's trying to outpiece the Hunt. Lee Campbell is currently running third, and Troy Thomas fourth. Rounding out your top five will be Kirby Wainscott, and we are at working lap number 56 here. 55 laps in the books. I'm Alan Bergen, along with my partner, my brother from another mother, Shane Lake. Shane, you know, it's been one of those races here that we had a feeling it would be, knock on wood, and we haven't had a caution.
Shut up, you just jinxed it. Nah, in seriousness, though, with 25 to go, this race has legitimately flown by. And these guys have just been able to put it down from green flag to now. And it's just been incredible to see everybody up on the wheel as much as they have been, but also be beyond respectful. So, you know, this is what racing is all about right here.
Yeah, no one making any egregious moves, really. As we have now 24 laps to go here from Auto Club. And you know what, Shane, I think everybody can just about make it from here, from their last pit stop. So, barring anything, you know, crazy happening or egregious, That could have been very well the money stop unless we have a green-white checker, which I could see people diving down pit road if we were to have a caution with, say, 10 to go.
Now, my thing is, to pull a little devil's advocate, is some of the guys that pitted to start the run may be a little bit closer on fuel than everybody else, so they may end up coming down pit road for a splash. You know, do they also get their last set of tires and then start forcing everybody else's hand after the fact?
I think this is a 180-mile-an-hour game of poker.
Well, then the question is, who's holding the ducks and who's holding the bullets?
Well, right now, Truce Hoke is out to a 2.57 second lead. We're watching his teammate, Troy Thomas, back there in the 4th position. Blair Hollerman has worked his way up to 5th. He is securely inside the top 5. Now, like Shane, you alluded to earlier, he is, he's the only truck without a blue banner, ladies and gentlemen. He is solidly in the playoffs as he has dominated the regular season. He couldn't get trading paints to work, and he couldn't get the playoff banner to jive with his paint scheme and the and everything. So that's why his truck does not have the blue banner, but we assure you he's in the playoffs.
Yeah, again, if you were here last week, and if you weren't, what in blue hell is wrong with you, because you have been missing some great action? Blair ended up locking up his position going into Phoenix with 124 laps led at IRP. I mean, that was an absolute shellacking he gave the field last week. So he's comfortably in. And speaking of guys coming in for their final pit stops, again, this is what I was just referencing. These are the guys who are the early stoppers who can now make it the rest of the way. Do they start dragging everybody else in?
I mean, who takes the bait? Really?
Well, Rob Yost needs to do something. He's one of those 7 that were within 7 points of each other. So, oh wait, no, that wasn't Rob Yost on pit road. Who was that?
That was Alex Teft on pit road.
Oh, Alex Teft. Okay.
Here comes Rob Yost.
Here's Rob Yost. Okay, so Alex Teft was in, and he's brought a whole mess of people.
He brought the whole party with him.
The only thing missing is the DJ equipment and the keg.
I mean, we can call Matt Metler for that.
Metler, get over here!
20 laps to go. Troy Thomas is going to park on the pit road. That's going to allow Truce Hoke to open up a 3-second lead as we have 19 laps to go here. I mean, if I'm Truce Hoke, you're playing with house money. You got no choice but to stay out.
Actually, if I was Truth Hope, I would actually be coming in this time by, because I know how important tires are here. Because again, how many times I've run this place, especially in a truck. So Truth may want to come in as soon as possible because he's going to want those feel goods on here for the final dash, and he'd be able to start putting distance between himself and everybody else who passes stuff.
Well, I wouldn't take my advice.
Last time I took your advice, I ended up in the fence, although it landed me here.
Okay. See? It all didn't turn out bad.
No, I just ended up with a very crinkled Chevrolet Silverado at the end of it. But,
hey, you got a job out of it.
Like I said, que sera.
Nonetheless, while Truth Hoke is making laps here at a 3-second advantage over Sean Dunaway, tomorrow night you can catch Troy Thomas, Angel Santiago as they go chase racing from Daytona. Oh boy, that one's going to be fun. We catch all the action here on Sim Racing Media, live at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. And then tonight, actually here at 10:20 Eastern time, you can catch Mike DeMonte and Liam Ervig. They bring you all the action from the Western States Racing League. And if you're a fan of Daytona, well, that's your first helping of it. As they will go 80 laps around Daytona International Speedway in Chuck, and I will be joining that field myself. Thursday night, you catch Dave Regal and the big dog Shane Lake as they bring you all the action from Texas. We're going to go two-stepping in Texas with the NASCAR Next Gen Series live with Racers Elite. That action starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central. And then Friday night, you catch myself and Colin McDonough on the call for the Racers Elite Super Speedway Series, with that action starting at 9 p.m. Eastern and it's 8 o'clock Central. And then Saturday, you can catch Mike DeMonte and the big dog Shane Lake as we bring you 300 laps of late model action from Five Flags as the Racers Elite will run their rendition of the Snowball Derby. You can catch all that action at 8 o'clock Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And Shane, that's going to be a fun one. A number of us SRM guys are going to be in it. I know you desperately wanted to be in it, but if there's no better atmosphere than to watch that race.
Hey man, short track racing's my bag. It's what I grew up with around here up here in Maine. I mean, obviously we've got Oxford Plains that's currently sitting in the service. We've got Wiscasset. We've got Speedway 95. We've got Spud Speedway up north for you dirt fans. We've got Unity just down the road from me. So short track racing, I am very, very familiar with, and there's nothing better than a good old end of the year blowout. And the Snowball Derby is going to be insane. I can't wait.
Right now, Philip Archibald's going to take the lead here with 15 laps to go. Brendan Honeycutt bringing it out of pit road. Currently in that second position. He's going to lose a ton of spots. As right now, Philip Archibald taking no bull as he takes the lead, as he takes that truck out to almost a 9.5 second advantage over Lee Campbell. And you can just see that interval just shrinking.
Yeah, that 99 is going to need something big here. And the way he's cutting down here, he's driving this a little bit different than most people. He entered it really high and then just arced it down, driving it to the bottom on the apex, and then just let it feed coming off.
Right now, he's got 99 problems and a big interval ain't one.
Oh, as the same lyricist once said, please allow me to reintroduce myself.
I had to go there.
Whatever you say, Jay-Z.
14 laps to go here. Schutz Hook mired in that third position, and you can just see that interval just shrinking. As right now he's battling Kinsley Smith for a fourth position off of turn number 2.
That's off 3 and 4, bud.
Man, see, here we go. Track awareness. I get complacent sometimes. Sorry.
This ain't Bristol where everything looks the same.
You know, we have a Walmart here in St. Louis that spans over 2 cities.
How the hell do you have that?
Well, when they built it, they built one half in Justice, Missouri, and they built the other half in Crystal City.
So where do the shipments go?
Oh, so depending on what checkout lanes you go into, you pay Crystal City sales tax, and then if you're at the other end of the store, you pay Justice, Missouri sales tax. It's not really confusing, but if you pay attention to the receipt, you're like, wow, I checked out on the food side and it's higher than the pharmacy side.
Well, speaking of being higher than the pharmacy side of bills, it looks like Truth Hoax about ready to pick this lead back up. Again, this is Philip Archibald. It looks like things weren't able to really work out. And now Truth Hoax brought everything back up to the front and is about to drive away.
Truth Hoax having the race of his career. And I tell you what, he's got to be nervous as all get. You know, being in the race radio with him, being in the race chat with him. If he's having a good night, he'll tell his wife to bring him a beer.
I think after tonight he's going to need something stronger than a beer to celebrate with. I'll tell you that now.
I tell you what, in the Hoke household, there's going to be a party going on if Truth Hoke pulls this off. And he's got 11 laps to do it. Lee Campbell right there. So is Kinsley Smith. They're waiting in the wings to steal this one. And I got to, Truth Hoke, he's the most friendliest guy you'll ever meet in this series. Mm-hmm. And, well, I'm I'm biased. I'm rooting for him. I want him to win. I want him to be good.
Man, everyone's got their bias when it comes down to things at the end of the day. And I've seen the way Truth is driven in the races that I've called, and I know how close he's gotten time and again. And to see him finally be able to park this white and red 55 Wrangler Jeans Chevrolet in victory lane is going to do everybody a hill of good.
I just wish that sometimes we could actually do the actual in-car cameras and see these guys in their rigs and see these guys in their spaces. I know over the weekend when I won my 2 in Atlanta, boy, I was just elated as Lee Campbell has connection issues.
Oh, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, when I get back fully and I'm back on track, I can guarantee you the first win I have, it will be memorable.
Ooh, we got trouble. Lee Campbell sends the number 15 truck of Kinsley Smith right on around.
And this is not what Truth wanted to see.
Here's what happened here. It looks like we go high above it. Oh, yeah, Lee Campbell just loses connection and sweet spots. Kinsley
it looks
Smith.
like, yeah, he just right reared him after having that problem. The truck just went dead left and kapow.
I mean, there was nothing that anybody did wrong.
Nope. But
8
now
laps to go.
Now comes the big question. What do you when pit lane opens?
Man, this is hard. I mean, here we are at lap 60. Or, 8 to go. They came down at lap 64. Truth Oak did.
Yeah, honestly, if you got a set, you bolt them on, if you ask me. I mean, that's all you can do. You know there are going to be people behind you bolting them on. You also know there's going to be people that are going to stay out. So why not, throw on the stickers and have the best opportunity? And it looks like every last one of them people are coming down pit road.
Oh, boy.
This just got entertaining. So Truth Hook's going to bring this bad boy down into pit stall number 1. He's going to obviously get all 4. I mean, you have to get all 4. Anyone who gets 2 is a sitting duck.
We're going to wait for Truth Hook. Here he comes down pit
road. That was quick. Did he just get fuel, or did the truck actually go up?
He just got fuel. We're going to, speaking of Truth Hook, we're going to have a quick chat with Truth. Truth, it's Alan and Shane in the SRM booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, man, right now, you got to be nervous as all get, as you have put one of the best nights that I've seen you put together here in a while. And what's it going to take to keep that double nickel out front?
Don't know, Alan. I had it, and that caution, I think, just killed me. I don't think I can hold them off.
Hey, no matter what happens here with 7 to go, when we come back to green, just cheat that restart zone and get out to an early lead and just send it, buddy. Hold it steering wheel until you see the checker flag or Jesus.
It's like, thank you very much. I'll try.
Hey, man.
Hey, whatever you do, don't see Elvis.
Well, hey, we're going to get you back down to the Outsiders chat. Good luck, and hopefully, no matter how this shakes out, hopefully we'll be talking to you on the other side.
Thank you, Alan.
And that was Truth Hoke out of the Outsiders racing team. My teammate on Thursday night, my number 1 driver. As we're going to restart this thing with 5 laps to go, the lights are out on the iRacing.com pace car. Brandon Honeycutt with some connection issues going on as we were coming down that back straightaway here. And you know, I mentioned the Walmart thing, right? So this track actually spans over 2 counties. There's a county line right down the middle of this racetrack.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Truth's still here, by the way, Alan.
I thought I moved him.
No, you moved me.
Oh. I yeeted my broadcast partner down to my team channel.
Whoops, whoops, whoops.
Nonetheless. This track spans over 2 counties. It's Bernardino County, and I forget what the other county is offhand. Doesn't matter now, because now it's an industrial park.
Yep. Unfortunately, they thought they were going to turn it into a short track, but nah, I guess they turned it into an Amazon parking lot. And that's the one thing we hope we don't see here is an Amazon parking lot. As we get the restart with 5 to go, Truth Hoax on the button and gone.
Truth Hoax taking the advice of the broadcaster and jumping out to the lead. He's got to hold the field off for 5 more laps. Can he do it? As he's just going to run that outside. He's got to be patient. Hit his marks as they come out of turn number 2. Come on, Truth. You got this, buddy.
He's got Sean in the 01, and we got another caution. Are you seriously kidding me? Truth has got to be saying, damn it, not again.
This is going to trigger
overtime. And this time, if you get somebody up here, do not yeet me. I'm not Jey Uso, damn it.
You know, last night was a sad, sad night for me watching Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, 10 years of the New Day, the power of positivity.
Yeah, and then them turning on Big E. And by the way, for those of you that haven't seen Monday Night Raw yet, spoiler alert, New Day kind of folded up on each other.
Well, I mean, they still got Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston.
Just remember, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler, and that's why I'm said to be the Paul Heyman of the group.
I mean, someone's got to be. So does that make Dave Regal the Brock Lesnar of the group? Dave Regal does what Dave Regal wants to do. And
Yeah, I'd probably go that far, as long as we don't have to start praying to someone who thinks they're Solo Sikoa.
checking in the YouTube.com live chat, Blair Hollerman says, Trading Paints. Getting Trading Paints to work today has been eventful. Shirley Dawson cheering on Kinsley Smith. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on your phones, in your tablets, in your homes, wherever you may be, on the airplane, in the car, in the McDonald's drive-thru. Shane the McRib is back.
It took long enough. And by the way, I'm looking at the lap count right now. If the pace car turns the lights off this time by, we are going to have a 1-lap dash.
Well, so here's the way overtime works. I'm glad you brought that up, because the way overtime works is we're going to take the green with 2 laps to go. And then we're going to race back to the white flag. Now, if we don't make it back to the white flag, then we're going to re-rack it and restack it and try it one more time. So no matter what, if the white flag comes out, we make it. Truth Hoax makes it to the... All you got to do is hang on and make it right back around with 1 to go without 1 tearing his truck up, or 2 running out of gas, and be just far enough ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, but the thing about it is I'm looking at the natural lap count. And like I said, if the pace car turns the lights off this time by, we may only end up getting a 1-lap dash or 2-lap dash. I mean, they might decide to put it in overtime, but we may still end up finishing this with only 80 laps on the counter.
Not bad. And I would imagine the lights are going to go out this time by. They're getting assembled 2x2, Noah's Ark style, on that iRacing.com pace car. Truth Hoax opting for the bottom lane. He's going to give the outside to Sean Dunaway. The lights are out on the pace car and are on the speedway here.
Yep, that means they are gonna carry this 1 lap past the scheduled distance. I'm looking at it right now.
I'm glad somebody's looking at it because I'm not.
Well, for some reason, my math is mathing today, so
We're doing
I'm able
St.
to
Louis
see-
math.
Oh Lord, we are so screwed.
Hey, look. If you've been downtown and you've seen the massive road sign telling you what interstate to get on, you'd be more confused than a fat guy at the buffet.
I'm never confused at a buffet. Shut up.
You know,
I say
pre-COVID,
that- I was about to say I say that biasing myself as a fat guy.
you know, pre-COVID, I went to the buffet. Post-COVID, you ain't catching me within 5 foot of that place.
Yeah, true. I'd rather
lot
have a
of-
buffet. I'd rather have a buffet in my own backyard because I know what the hell's going on.
A lot of cross-contamination at the old Golden Corral.
And none of it good.
Nope.
Speaking of good, we are about to have ourselves a finish here at Auto Club Speedway. Truth Hope's about to get ready to be put back on the button. We're in NASCAR overtime. The green flag's about to wave one more time. Truth Hope's about to take it off. Here we go.
3 laps to go. Sean Dunaway's got Blair Holloman attached to his bumper. Truth Hope's going to get out to the early lead. Truth, get to the high line. Get to that high line right now.
Oh, he's going where his truck's more comfortable. Dunaway hasn't been able to make that outside work. The way Truth's been driving this, he's going to get
There he
right up in
goes.
front of him. He gets right up in front of him. Now he's going to try to break the draft down the back straightaway. Dunaway has got Blair Hollerman pushing him going into turn 3. This is about to get real good real quick. Dunaway is in the mirror of the 55. And if everyone can make
Come
it out
on,
of turn
Truth.
number 4, it looks like everyone is going to do. The popsicle sticks are down. The white flag is up. We're racing to a finish here at Auto Club.
Come on, Truth. Stay out in front of him. He's got help.
Dunaway flipped him. Dunaway flat out shoved him going in.
Dunaway's going to get loose.
Truth's trying to pin him down. Dunaway sideways. Blair
He's
Holman
gonna-
on the
oh.
outside. Holman on the outside trying to make this work. Truth Hoke's going to be down on the bottom of the track going into turn 3. Holman's going to try to make that outside line work for him. Is it going to happen? We could have ourselves a contentious California finish. Coming out of 3 and 4. Oh, can it happen for Truth Hoke? To the line! I believe Truth did it!
It hasn't switched yet.
Oh, come on. Switch over.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
That close.
Oh, my goodness. Did Blair Harleman pull this one out?
2 1,000ths of a second.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
2 1,000ths of a second. Blair Holloman over Truth Hoke. Oh, boy.
Hollerman had the speed early on because he was running that top side, and he literally just kept that thing pretty much against the wall, and that's why he was able to get this win here tonight. And you have got to feel for Truth tonight.
I mean, I would rather. Oh, boy. That was a race, though.
That was solid for sure, but again, you got to feel for Truth.
Let's go back.
From pole, dominated this race, only to have 2 late cautions cost him the win.
Here, we're going to watch this one more time to pass for the lead. Here is the pass for the lead right here.
So Sean tried to get underneath Truth. Truth did everything he could. He held Sean back. And that's what you have to do. Blair got the run coming off of turns 1 and 2. He got in the draft of the 55. Now, Truth ends up arcing it down to the bottom. He's about half a truck length ahead at this point. He tries to go up. They touch a little bit there. And Blair just had the advantage off the top line. Unbelievable.
I mean, you're not going to get any closer than that. And then
Wow.
let's do this one more time from the zoomed in cam.
This was heartbreaking in a way. Again, Truth pinned the 0-1 down. He had to. If Dunaway was going to end up coming up, he was going to end up shoving everybody up into the top groove.
Now that I got the right camera, here we go. One more time.
Allerman gets that run because he's in clean air. The 55 and the 0-1 are pedaling a little bit. Truth gets up in front of him enough to try to disrupt the run, but Blair just kept his foot in it.
There it is, right.
There's right there. That's basically where it was given, but Truth came back on the inside of 3 and 4. He had the advantage coming out of turn 4. It was just that high line was that much better for Blair, and he didn't have to worry about pedaling it right there. That's
how
the
close.
advantage. That's the finish right there. I mean, short of door slamming, that was the only way Truth was going to end up trying to hold him off the line, was basically door slamming. And he didn't want to do that, obviously. But you gotta feel for the man tonight.
As we have Truth in the broadcast booth, we're gonna go ahead and get our top 3 up here. So we're gonna move Alex Tuft up here also, and Shane, we're gonna go ahead and let you talk to Blair Holloman.
Hey, Blair, it's Shane up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys. How you doing?
Man, you gave us a thrill ride here tonight. You had that issue coming onto pit road the first time by, in which I still don't know how you didn't hit the fence. And yet end up battling back from being as far down as I think we had you at one point pegged around the top 10 to end up winning this race. Talk to us first about that drive you had to have tonight.
Yeah, I'm not really well. I know what got me going on the pit road. I left my brake bias at 55, and I tried to load the truck up. Oh, it loaded up all right. Tried to kill me, but as for just battling back there during the race, I pushed Andrew as far as I could, trying to make the best of that gap that was created from the missed pit opportunity. And at one point, I don't know if the broadcast caught it or not, but Alex got around me, and the spotter said clear, but he wasn't cleared yet. And I moved down thinking he was clear. He wasn't clear. We had a little issue there. And I fell the rest of the way back to like 10th or 11th. But yeah, I don't know what led to that caution there at the end. I know we had one guy blinking, but he was working his way off the track, and they met in the middle. And that restart there, I saw Dunaway go down there. I saw Truth go down there, and screen only goes so far. I couldn't see what was going on down there. When he came off turn 2, I saw Truth, and I just stayed in it. And I said, well, I'm going up along the fence. I know his fastest line's at the bottom, and we'll see here we'll see coming down the start-finish line. We'll see who can make it. Somehow I managed to have enough speed there. I thought Truth was going to get me there for a moment.
No, it looked like he just tightened up right at the end, because you end up getting this win by 0.02 of a second, my friend. I mean, it couldn't get any closer if we tried.
Yeah, it's the first time I ever won at Auto Club. I'll give it that. Every time we run here in a league, I finished good here in my Monday night league, but that was a race went green the entire way. There was no real calamity, so I was lucky on that. But normally I run at this track, and I either finish at the end of the top 10 on one occasion, or I get wrecked and I don't finish, which has happened in quite a few leagues. So it's nice to be able to get a good run, and I still don't understand how I got the win there at the end, but I'll take it. I know we got 2 races left. Anything can happen, but definitely feels good getting the win here. Trading paints did not work today for me at all. I couldn't get the website to work, so I'm running my paint scheme from Monday night's league. I told Kirby, because I know Kirby is cracking jokes about being the banner police. If he would refresh his paint, the other truck was there. But yeah, when I tried to load up the iRacing thing today, Dragon Paints was just not having it, so I just ran what I had. We had the yellow submarine loaded up from last night, and well, we took it for a ride.
Yeah, that old Steve Park retro paint job definitely looked pretty good under lights here tonight. You just mentioned it. 2 races to go here. How are you feeling going in? You've got 7 wins this season. You're obviously the odds-on favorite. How are you feeling about Charlotte and Phoenix to wrap the season up?
Nervous. Charlotte's an interesting place. I don't know if it's a day race or night race. Night race could get really interesting. Heck, daytime, if you could save your tires, could get interesting too. But I know there's quite a few drivers I've seen tonight when it comes to saving tires. They're actually quite a bit faster. And Charlotte's one of those places where if you can save your tires early enough in a run, you save them that first 15, that last 15. If your tires are saved up, they'll be toward the front, and hopefully I can try to save some tire. Phoenix, I have a truly hate relationship with that track. It's a nice place, don't get me wrong. Should be filled with water and used for fishing, but I've run there quite a few times and I have been wrecked and I have had terrible finishes there. So there's 3 different lines around that track equals 3 different ways of chaos happening, and chaos always manages to find its way at Phoenix. So it's going to be a fun two races coming up. I think we're going to see some interesting racing and hopefully some surprise winners. The reason I say that is Charlotte's a very strategy-based track. You can get 4 tires and get it done. You can get 2 tires and get it done. And Phoenix, I don't know how to drive Phoenix to save my own life, so we'll see what happens.
Well, before we let you get out of here to celebrate your 7th win of the season here, who do you guys think that helps you get it done on that 32 hot rod?
Team captain Yost himself. I know he had a little bit of a weird finish there at the end. From what I was gathering, there's 3 wide going on back there and a little swatting at flies, but he's a captain. He's the reason why I do all this iRacing stuff. So it's always nice to try to get a good run. Always gotta give him thanks because he's the reason why I'm doing it. Of course, my dad. I know he's off work and he's at home, but he definitely got to watch this. So I'm glad he actually got to watch it at home instead of listening to it on his way home from work. So it's always good. But the truck, although it's the yellow submarine, there's 2 other people I'd like to thank real quick. ACR All-Core Cycling, my buddy Brian Lefevre, and of course Holloman Napa Auto Parts, which you will see a new paint scheme next week. It is with my cousin Tad. I think you'll like the paint scheme you see next week.
Hey, we look forward to it. Go celebrate this win, and we'll see you next week at Charlotte.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you.
And that was the voice of Blair Howerman. We're going to get him down there. And second up on the podium is your second place and your pole sitter, Truth Hoke. Truth Hoke would love to have made it 1 spot better, but nonetheless, nothing to hang your hat on as you come home with a second place finish. 2 1,000ths of a second, Truth, is what gapped you and Blair Holloman.
You jinxed me, Alan.
I knew that was coming.
You jinxed me, Alan. Yeah, I thought I had it.
You know, I was telling Shane, I said, this is probably the best nights that he's actually put together in a long time. And, you know, being in race radio with you, you can tell when you're having a good night and we can tell when you're having a bad night. And, boy, it looked like you were on laser focus all night. But take us to that race, and how much fun was it just running up there in the front and knowing that you could hang with Blair Holloman?
It was great. I run a little too hard the first run just to see how much fall off I'd have. And when he run me back down and passed me, second run, I just paced myself just enough to say, keep a good gap, keep it like that. Thought I had it, and that caution come out. Really showed a monkey.
Yeah, I mean, if that caution that had not come out for that green white checker, I think we'd have been talking to you first, and and not Blair. But nonetheless, a good run tonight. Before we get you out of here, is there anybody you'd like to thank to help get you here tonight?
I'd like to thank my wife. Let me do this. Teammates, outsiders, Troy and the guys, SRM and you, Alan, you and Shane, and broadcasting. Oh, and Andrew put it on. Had a blast tonight. It was fun.
All right, buddy. Well, I know you're in this one. Go enjoy this P2. Have a couple beers and drink one for me, buddy.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Alan. Have a good evening.
And that was Truth Hoke out of the Outsiders Racing League. Make sure I highlighted the right guy. We don't want to eat the broadcast partner. And Shane, last but not least, you're going to have to talk to Alex Test.
Hey, Alex, it's Shane up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, top 3 finish for you in what looked like a very, I would say, strategically planned race. How did you end up getting it up here? We barely heard from you all race long, and out of nowhere, you are running third.
Yeah, I started on the back. I was playing the strategy pretty good. I had like a decent tire advantage in the middle of the race. Then I had gotten hooked into the wall, had gotten a meatball, had to change my strategy up completely, had to do a short pit, and was just kind of stuck from there. The caution really saved me, actually, because I think I would have maybe finished 10th at best after that. But no, just came in, had a good pit stop, gained a few positions, and had a really good restart. Had made that 3 wide move on the green flag, and caution came out again. And yeah, I wish I had just gotten a little better jump in that last restart, and maybe I would have had something for the top 2 there. But no, definitely happy with the comeback.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help you with the points because, you were one of 7 people separated by 7 points going into today's race. Obviously, that window is going to be a little bit tighter heading into Charlotte next week. How you feel going in?
Pretty decent. Yeah, I feel like I usually run okay at Charlotte. This has actually been a good season for me in the trucks. Out of the 3 series, this has been historically my worst one. So definitely got something good going right now. Just hoping to keep it up and maybe try to get that top spot.
Hey, you never know. You still got Charlotte to figure it out, and then you got the finale at Phoenix. Before we let you get out of here, man, who helps you get it done that 43 you want to thank here tonight?
Yeah, no, definitely want to thank you guys over at Sim Racing Media for putting on these broadcasts all the time. Thank the League Races Elite. Thank my friends and all the viewers that watch all the time, and my fiance.
All right, man. We'll celebrate this P3. We'll see you in Charlotte next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Well, that's going to just about do it here from, wow. Auto Club Speedway as we get ready to go over those all-important race results here. And here we are. Blair Holloman picking up the win, with Truth Hoke finishing second, Alex Tepp finishing third, Troy Thomas will bring it home fourth, Kinsley Smith will bring it home fifth, Trevor Woodward will bring it home sixth position, seventh will go to Justin Brandon, while Kirby Wainscott will finish 8th. Sean Dunaway will finish 9th. Brandon Honeycutt rounding out your top 10. Curtis Eckert will finish 11th. 12th will go to Dennis Kane. Kyle Hess will finish 13th. Robbie Jr. will bring it home 14th. Lee Campbell 15th. Andrew Tept will bring it home 16th. 17th will go to Philip Archibald. Paul Shaw will bring it home 18th rather. And winning the race to the beer stand tonight will be Paul Shaw. 18 trucks take the checkered flag and take the green flag. But as we get ready to close out this one here tonight, Shane, any parting words as we get ready to get out of here?
Well, the points championship is going to be a lot tighter, and Blair Holloman has basically put his stamp on the championship heading into Phoenix in 2 weeks. He's won one dominating, and he's come from behind to win one. We're at 1.5 miles next week at Charlotte. Can anybody stop that train that the 32 is on right now? Or is this his championship to lose? We find out in 2 weeks in Phoenix.
Exactly. Next week, you'll hear the voice of Dave Regal, the voice of Sunday Night NASCAR, Monday Night NASCAR, and Tuesday Night NASCAR during the summer. But Shane, let's get on out of here and bring us home.
Yeah, we got a flight to catch out to Charlotte with these guys. So, for my esteemed broadcast colleague, Alan Bergen, I am that man, that myth, that legend, the big dog, Shane Lake. Just here to remind you that today, tomorrow, and every day as you walk down the road of life, please don't play in traffic. And until we meet again, everybody, take care.